Bro, I'm actually so good at Fortnite. My name is Flowaze. Oh my god, look at this. Look at me go. Look at me go. Holy. Flex FN is just insane. He taught me this. Wait, bro, why do I hear... Yo, Teddy, what's up, bro? Who are you watching there? Bro, what? What do I just see there? What? Am I not... Did you not subscribe to me? Did you not... Alright, bro, you're coming with me. Get on the ground. Alright, buddy. I got my trusty dusty broomstick. Stupid trash. So basically, if you don't subscribe to me, you get drop kicked down the stairs. There we go. Dead.
There is a huge confusion out there on the internet, and today I'm going to be clearing that confusion. Is there a difference between the Rocket Kain 100, the Kain 102, the Kain 120, the Kain 122, and Kain 200? Can you get the same amount of CPS on all these types of mice? I'm going to be going over all the differences between each mouse and why there is a difference in price between each mice. It would mean a lot to me if you can subscribe and like. It would really help this video get into the algorithm, which will help clear the false information out there on the internet. Also, if you want to join my Discord, that is in link in the description below. Without further ado, enjoy the video. I want you to think of all these Kain models in 3 categories. The Kain 100 and 102 are one category. The 120 and 122 are the second category. And the last one is the Kain 200. So there are 3 categories, and I'm going to be showing you the differences between these categories.
You're probably wondering, is there a difference from the Kain 100 and the Kain 102? Now the short answer is no. There's literally no difference between both of these two mice. The only difference there is the color. You can get the Kain 100 in black and the Kain 102 is in white. But when you drag click, you will get the same amount of CPS on both type of mice. So you can get either the white one or the black one. It doesn't matter at all. Now you're probably wondering, are the Kain 100 and 102 the exact same as the 120 and the 122? Now there are some differences between both of these two categories, and I'm going to be going over that. So basically, as you know, the Kain 100 and 102, they come with a simple cable, right? Like, that's it. They come with a simple cable. It's not braided or anything, it's just a simple cable, right? But on the 120 and 122, this cable is braided. So it's a much higher quality cable than the Kain 100 and the 102, which is why it can be a bit more expensive. The second comparison we have is the Kain 100 and 102, they do not come with a glowing logo. It's just a normal logo. It doesn't light up or anything. It's just a simple plain logo. But on the 120 and 122, this logo actually lights up, which is pretty cool. You basically get another lighting in the Kain 120 and the 122, which is why it can be a bit more expensive. If you look very closely on the Kain 100 and the 102, it doesn't matter, but if you look in the middle, right in the middle, you'll see that the middle is a bit plastic. Like, there's plastic in here, like, right, plastic right in there. Plastic, 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 right? This whole area inside is plastic, right? But on the Kain 120 and 122, this area is actually made out of metal or steel. I don't know what kind of metal it is, but it's made out of metal. It's made out of a type of metal, but it's much higher quality inside. This is plastic, but on the 120 and 122, this area is actually a type of metal, which is why it's more higher quality. So that's another reason why it's a bit more expensive. Fourth thing is the Kain 100 and 102, they have a DPI of 8,000, which is pretty high. But the 120 and 122, they have a DPI of 16,000, which is why they are a bit more expensive. So if you look closely on the Kain 100 and 102, they have a sensor, right? And this sensor is called the R8 optical sensor. So the 120 and 122 have a way better sensor than the Kain 100 and the Kain 102. The 120 and 122 have a sensor, and it's called the owl eye, the optical owl eye sensor. So that sensor is way better than the Kain 100, which is why that can also be a bit more expensive. So basically, the sensor is way better on the 120 and 122. Another reason, if you look very closely on the mouse on the Kain 100 or 102, it's more plastic, right? Like, this whole area is plastic. If you look to the sides, this is plastic. This whole side right here is plastic. Basically, this whole area down here is plastic. But on the Kain 120 and 122, this area is actually made out of rubber. So it gives you way more grip, and even the sides are made out of rubber, which is why it gives you way better grip. I don't know, it's not made out of rubber, it's just texturized as rubber. So overall, you have a way better grip on the Kain 120 and 122 because of the rubber they've texturized around the mouse. Another thing that if you look very closely, the buttons right down here on the 100 and the 102 are made out of plastic, right? They're made out of plastic if you feel them. But on the 120 and 122, this is actually made out of rubber. So those are actually rubber buttons, whereas on the 100 and 102, these buttons are actually plastic. So overall, the Kain 120 and 122, they are overall better than the Kain 100 when it comes to features. They come with extra features like the logo, the rubber palm grip, the rubber mouse buttons, the metal finishing at the end, and the higher DPI, the better sensor, the braided cable, which is why they're a bit more expensive. But if you're talking about CPS, they're both the same. They're literally both the same. There is no difference when it comes to clicking because the switches in the mouse are the exact same. There is no difference at all. So you will get the same amount of CPS on the 120 and 122 as well. I'm going to also put the differences on the screen so you can have a better understanding of that more clearly.
So now we're at the last category, and our last category is the Roccat Kain 200. The Roccat Kain 200 is a Bluetooth mouse, so it weighs more than the Kain 120, 122, 100, 102. It's the most heaviest mouse out of all the Kain models. It weighs 100 grams. It weighs 11 grams more than the other Kain models. It has a battery which lasts up to 50 hours. So the Roccat Kain 200 is literally the exact same as the 100 and 102, except it comes with a Bluetooth. It's a Bluetooth mouse. When it comes to drag clicking and CPS or any clicking method, I think you should be a bit more careful with the Kain 200. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's that good. I think the CPS will be kind of low because of the switches. I'm not sure, but I would say you should be a bit careful with the 200 because I wouldn't guarantee you the full CPS.